Did you know there's a new Mercedes-Benz GLA in showrooms? Yes. The GLA is the baby Mercedes crossover, you would say. The first GLA, when it came out, nobody thought it was a crossover. Nobody thought it was an SUV. Because why? It looked so much like that generation A-Class with just bigger wheels and a raised height. It had the same streamlined shape, hot hatch, and I still remember the GLA 45 AMG was such a hot seller because it was more like a high-end hot hatch rather than a crossover. But of course, now comes a revision in the design language. So they've made it look more like an SUV. It's higher, it's wider, and the design has lost some of its appeal for me because I know a lot of people are looking at it and saying, wow, this car is really looking good right now. But I prefer the old look. I prefer that whole hot hatch, sharp edge design look. But that's just my opinion. I don't buy the Mercedes GLA. I can't afford it. But for those who can afford it are looking at this, and it's very popular. They seem to love it. I think this is what they do when they do their little evaluations of design. They bring in a focus group and they tell people, what do you really like? So I think this is what the general public like. So this new GLA, we're driving the 250, very spirited engine, no hesitation in power delivery, nice firm brakes, typical SUV like suspension, firm. You have the typical current generation Mercedes dashboard, nice big touchscreen, lot of functionality, multifunction steering wheel, as always, like with the E-Class and with the S and with this GLC. You have all little functions here. The right hand function takes care of this screen. The left hand takes care of this screen. It's great. You have to live with the Mercedes-Benz to get used to all this. Like we are test driving it. We don't live with it. So after a while, we'll get used to it. Gear shifter is here, as always with Mercedes-Benz, the new models. They've got it right. They've figured out how people want to use their cars. So yeah, they're a little different. Like the power seats, functions are all on the door rather than having it right at the bottom. So Mercedes has some little quirks, some little changes, but these are for Mercedes-Benz customers. And the reason why I think they do it, I personally think, is because once you buy a Mercedes and you get used to having the gear shifter here, your seat adjustment here, and this wonderful touchscreen, your next car will definitely be a Mercedes-Benz. You won't go to another brand because they don't have these little features. So, well done, Mercedes-Benz. Another great product, the GLC 250. There are two variants in the market right now. It's selling very fast, and I think it'll continue to sell even faster.